In this Minecraft video, we are going to survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft, but here is the twist. 3 of our friends are going to spend the entire time trying to hunt us down and kill us. If either me or the other runner die at any point, we lose. If we can survive to day 100, we win. This video contains the longest fight I've ever spent in a Minecraft Manhunt 100 days, so if you want to support me and find out the result, then you'll have to watch the end to find out. But just before we begin, we are now less than 4,000 subscribers away from 100,000. So if you're part of that giant 90% of people not subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm so close and I would still love to hit that by the end of the year. And if you want the 200 days or 2v3 rematch, let's get this video to 4,000 likes and we'll consider doing it again. Alright then, let's do this. First things first, let's do a little bit of a roll call. I, of course, myself and Haven. Just like the 2v2, my runner friend is my buddy Austin. And then we have the 3 hunters. Joining us from 2v2 as always, there is Chrysanthemum and Vulcar, who I will be calling Marvin. And the newbie is Grayscaped. The 3 of them have unlimited lives and can hunt us down as much as they like. We only have the 1. And off to another 100 days adventure, we go. The plan was simple for the 2 of us. Find a structure and steal all the loot. Whether that be a village, a temple, or anything, it was just run and hope you find something. After a short while though of running, I realized that me and Austin actually split up and none of the hunters were after me. All 3 of them were actually after Austin, which admittedly was pretty good. I was able to grab some wood and some stone quite quickly, preparing myself for the first fight. The problem was all 3 of them were now chasing Austin, and if Austin were to die, then all of this was pointless because we're gonna have to restart from the very beginning. I was able to make myself a stone axe. I saw Marvin. I killed Marvin. I saw Chris. I killed Chris. And then there was the new Hunter Grey who, well, this is admittedly not the best look in the world, running away on your first fight. How embarrassing. Well, at least he led me to a village where I was able to kill him too. And this village was actually really useful to us. Not only was we able to get the bread for some hay, I was also able to slice and dice the iron golem, getting 5 pieces of iron. That's enough for both of us to get a shield and myself to get an iron axe. Just enough time for us to, as they say, get bamboozled because the lads were back already, and Marvin, who... Okay, there's only so many times I can insult a man for using a sword in 1.17. Why are you using a sword this early? Come on, man. Anyway, with 2 of the 3 hunters down, I unfortunately had no footage of Chris dying. You can only really see him here fighting Austin in the background, but that's enough. Austin was able to kill Chris, and we had survived the second fight on the first day, and now we need to move on before they come back yet again. We found a nice place near the village to dig down. The ultimate plan was to get full iron as quick as possible, because these hunters have a tendency to show up quite quickly in full iron armor. We spent all of the night and all of day 2 caving. I was able to get full iron armor, and so was Austin. We carried on caving on day 3. For the most part, it was just another day of caving. I did decide to sneak a peek into the nether, though. I had a nice little look around to see if I can sneak a look at a fortress or a bastion, but once I realized that I only had full iron armor, I decided to, well, skedaddle, as they say. I'm not going in there. Screw that noise. After some more caving, which included Austin getting 8 diamonds, we headed to the surface. It was time to enchant, and incredibly, neither of us ever got sugarcane. And so we spent the rest of the day just grabbing as much sugarcane as possible. We also killed a couple of chickens because, you know, feathers, food, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be useful. We did pretty much the same thing on day 5. More killing of the chickens, grabbing some more sugarcane. We also was able to kill a couple of cows. The ultimate goal is to get a level 30 enchanter as quick as possible, and so murdering every cow in sight is probably a good idea. We had plenty of leather, feathers, and everything we really needed, so it was day 6 that we spent the day cooking. We then spent our time chopping down some trees. Since we already have a little bit of gold, and obviously more gold means golden apples, and golden apples are good, once the night came, we decided to split up a little bit. You see, the next 2 things we needed was a bit more diamond armor, and of course, some bows. So I headed down underground to see if I could find some more diamonds, while Austin stayed on the surface for the night to get some bows. It was really useful of him until I found the mineshaft on day 7. It's kind of funny. Anyway, we got 10 more diamonds this day as well, so really carrying the team over here, not gonna lie. With a little more security and obviously the two of us together, we now decided, hey, let's go into the Nether. The next job was to get a couple of things from the Nether. I will spend this time mentioning that we agreed no potions for this battle because potions was just gonna be a massive bane. And after grabbing some levels and having a look around, it was day 9 when we found ourselves a bastion. At some point while searching around the bastion, it actually did turn to day 10. We was able to grab the golden block. We was able to both get a diamond helmet from the chest. Austin also got some boots, and I managed to find an efficiency 5 diamond pickaxe. So Austin could have his smelly, gross boots. I'm gonna take this pickaxe and mine like it's a Sunday. Why Sunday? Because it's the day of the Lord, and the Lord created the best song in Minecraft history. Don't at me. We returned home on day 11. The question really at this point was the fact that we're surprised the hunters just haven't come for us yet. Like, normally at this point we'd have done 2 or 3 fights, but we both now have some good diamond armor and diamond tools. It's just a surprise that no one's come for us yet. We decided to set up a little base in this cave and turned all the gold into some golden apples, and we also finally made some enchants. The next job was to diamond up even more and get some bookshelves, so we split up yet again. I was going to go get the bookshelves, Austin was going to go get the diamonds. I then spent day 13, 14, 15 and 16 hunting around the surface, getting leather and a bit more sugarcane. Austin was able to get some more diamonds, the lad he is. And when I got back home on day 16, I was so close to finishing off the bookshelves, but I needed a little bit more sugarcane. Now, I could have gone out there and searched for some more sugarcane, or I could just set up a nice little sugarcane farm here. One of them was the lazier option. One of them was the correct option. By day 18, I had made the full level 30 enchanter, and we had 27 diamonds spare between us to be able to get an axe. I was able to get boots and a chest and a helmet from the bastion, of course. Austin had chest, boots, and a helmet as well, and I was also able to get sharpness 2 on the diamond axe. Our gear was really starting to come together. It was also this point that I realized that we never really used the level 30 enchanter. We just enchanted books and applied them to our gear and stuff. Which raises the question, what have I been doing for the past 4 days, and why did nobody tell me to do anything otherwise? Day 19, we grinded gravel. That was it. I'm not even joking. Okay, that's a little bit of the lie. This day I also went AFK. I had to go poop. Yeah, that was the day. Anyway, let's go caving. Because we were so close to finishing off the diamond gear, and so we spent the next 7 days caving. By day 27's end, we had enough diamond to finish off our diamond armor, and enough levels to enchant that diamond armor to as strong as humanly possible. Incredibly, after 27 days, we will have full diamond armor, and we've only done 2 fights technically, and both of them happened on day 1. It's really bizarre that it's taking them this long to come at us, but maybe they're just doing a different approach. Who knows? I spent 28 doing some basic book enchantments. I was able to get protection free on all of my armor. I did have to go back into the Nether on 29 and 30 because I needed a couple more books to make my gear even stronger. As I was going along in the Nether, I pretty much just kept enchanting books and hoped for the best. Though we did admittedly run out of books, so on day 31 I headed back to see if I could find some more leather and sugarcane just to get some more books, and just by chance I actually found a spawner. So I fell into this little hole here and decided to have a quick check and found this spawner in here, and in one of the chests there was a Fire Aspect 2 book. Gonna have myself a pretty damn good sword once this is all said and done. I was able to get a few more books and got back to the base on day 32. I was able to combine my Fire Aspect book to my Sharpness 3 diamond sword. A Sharpness 3 Fire Aspect 2 diamond sword? Really not that bad. That will do some damage if the hunters aren't ready. And then on day 33, whilst we were together, we honestly were just combining some more gear together. Yeah, I mean, you guys know how this works by now. By the end of 34, I had such strong gear. Power 3, Flame 1, being the only level 13 enchant I did the entire time. Fire Aspect 2, Sharpness 3, Protection 3 on all my armor. It was just, mwah. What a great set of gear this actually was. The only thing missing was the lack of arrows we had, so we headed back to the surface yet again, this time to get some more chickens. Day 36 and 37 was just more searching around. In fact, one of these days, Austin went AFK for 10 minutes himself, and I'll be honest, I was just editing some of Last Man Standing, you know, the last upload that you should totally go watch. Yeah, that's pretty much what my day was. And on 38, we had plenty of chickens, and, well, with all the feathers, we now need some flint. We found a nice island, and we was grinding that gravel, and well, that's how we spent the next 2 days. Messing around, grinding gravel, and, well, that's about it. It was day 40 when we was grinding the gravel in the rain when we noticed in the distance there was a fire. Apparently somebody was listening to my mixtape again. But guys, okay, one at a time, lads. It wasn't that funny. However, little did we know that this was actually a genius play by the hunters. As me and Austin looked at the bright and shiny thing in the distance, they was able to sneak onto the main land, starting the fight and putting our backs to the water in a very uncomfortable position. Also, it's worth mentioning, I mean, okay, this was the first fight we had in about 39 days. How do they not have full diamond armor? Like, what have they been doing? Anyway, my advantage of the flame was not going to be that useful because of the rain. It's just going to be a boring old power freed. Let's just hope it does enough damage. At least, that's what I thought. Until Notch, the god of Minecraft, looked down upon us simpletons and said, "My children, let there be sun." And now my flame bow is the most overpowered item in the battle. Also, side note, did anybody else just imagine like Notch's head, you know, Notch's Minecraft skin on like Jesus' body, or is that just me? Just me? Okay. We was arguably winning the bow fight, but I wanted to keep up the pressure. I decided ender pearling in on Marvin to try and kill him would be the best plan. If only I was slightly better with a lava bucket. We also was able to get Chris stuck by himself, but we failed to kill him too. We just could not get the finishing blow on these guys. Until Austin got Grey, that is. Good job, buddy. However, since Austin killed Grey, it was now my time to shine. I ender pearled in on Chris, pushing him back yet again, and multiple axe hits later, must be getting him so incredibly low. Probably just 1 or 2 more hits and... Oh, my Minecraft just crashed. Oh, cool, okay. I managed to get back onto the server, and the battle, of course, continued, in which, I'll be honest with you, I had very little involvement in. You see, for whatever reason, my PC was just kind of dying at this point. First, my Discord crashed, so I couldn't even speak to Austin, and then the frames... God, the frames. And by the time I got back into the game, not only had Austin killed Chris, he also killed Marvin. Like, Austin killed all 3 of them, and my contribution was crashing, lagging, and just... I don't even know why I was here for this fight. Oh man, what a time to be alive. Anyway, let's move on and just forget that embarrassment. We headed back to the base on 41 and realized that the biggest thing taking up time right now is books. And so we decided to set up a couple of farms, a cow farm and a sugarcane farm. We also set up a wheat farm for breeding said cows, but for the most part, this was just your simple Minecraft farming day. The farms were basically fully set up by day 42. Now we just have to wait for the crops to grow, the cows to be bred, and the sugarcane to grow, and... well, we have an unlimited supply of books. It's going to be a great time. The next goal was to get a little bit more gold. See, we had the apples at this point for the most part. We just now need to get a bunch of gold to create golden apples. We spent the next 5 days in the caves from day 43 all the way until day 48, where we had plenty of gold. By the time we got back on day 49, we made a realization that sounds so stupid, but it's just true. We realized that out of all the farms we forgot to make, we never made a chicken farm, and since we used all of our arrows to shoot down the hunters in the last fight, we were already running low on arrows. Austin wanted to set up a chicken farm, but I was just like, screw that, let's just find a village and get an infinity book from a villager. And so, both of us being stubborn and didn't want to back down, we both headed out into the world to decide on our separate plans. I found a nearby village on day 50 and started the trading pretty much instantly, where on my second attempt at trying to get an infinity book, I got a nice cheap infinity book. What a great time. Normally this takes like 4 hours, so to have it literally done in about a minute is absolutely amazing. I was able to do the necessary trades and get 2 infinity books. I gave one to Austin and applied one to my bow. We no longer have to worry about arrow usage, which was great. We do have to worry about the 3 hunters back already in less diamond armor than the previous fight. I mean, I'm pretty sure they just think we're bad at Minecraft. They just must think we're fools. That being said, this was target practice for them, I swear. The amount of times they hit me. However, I mean, look at the damage they're doing. It's next to nothing. They really rushed this fight. I mean, even in melee, they could just barely hurt me. I mean, Gray did try his best. Keyword being try. And to be fair, Chris tried his best as well. Again, the keyword being tried. And with Austin taking out Marvin, that was the quickest fight we had ever done in a Minecraft Manhunt 100. Why is Gray here back in full iron armor? Wait, there's Marvin in full iron armor. What? What's going on here? Okay, so this turns out, in my opinion, this is one of the funniest and best plans they've ever had. They decided, instead of charging us with full diamond armor, they were just going to consistently charge us in full iron armor. So it was just kind of whittle down our gear and tools and armor and arrows and see if they could kill us. Unfortunately, we just got infinity, so that was never going to happen. In theory, it's actually quite a good plan. Unfortunately, where they set up their base nearby, well, it was really close, and we was actually able to see them and kill them. We was able to break the beds and take them out, and honestly, this wasn't much of an issue as well. You know, I've never really explained this in a Minecraft Manhunt 100 days, but I'm actually going to explain this now. People always ask, how do the hunters respawn? Well, the answer is really simple. Myself and all of my friends are opt on my server, so when you die, of course, you'll go into spectator mode. But then, when they're in spectator mode, they can simply just slash game mode survival, and then they're back into survival mode. It really is as simple as that. For whatever reason, people just don't seem to understand it. They're the only people who do it. We don't. Once we're dead, that's it. We gotta restart. But, yeah, I just thought I'd explain that because I realized I've never done that before. Anyway, good plan, poor execution. Until next time, lads. Little did we know that that was the second to last fight in this Minecraft Manhunt 100 days. The next 40 days was preparing for the final fight, and boy did we prepare. Let's speedrun this one. Firstly, Austin goes into the caves to get more gold, whilst I go into the nether to get some blaze rods because we want to go to the end. It was by day 60 that I found a fortress and I started killing blaze rods, and well, it didn't really take that much time at all, let's be honest. The next job was just to get the ender pearls, and then we can head to the end to get all the experience there. Luckily, there was a warped forest right next to us, and so I gave Austin the coordinates. He came here to kill some endermen, and the two of us together was able to get enough ender pearls to find the end when the time comes, which actually never happened. I'm not kidding, we just never went to the end. Don't know why we did this. Day 62, we returned back to the overworld because it was time to get some friends. Alright lads, here we go. There was the pack attack, pack nation, the pack ultimate, the pack-a-lacka was the pick-a-packer maybe? I actually don't know how many types of pack there was, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on day 63, I introduce you to the Ratter Pack. I call him the Ratter Pack. Okay, straight up, I wasn't the person to say this one. I'll put the comment of the person who recommended this one because this was a genius name. Seriously, I can't remember who you are, I apologize, but honestly, good job. This was an awesome name. We got the dogs home the same day and sat them down. We want to start breeding as soon as possible, but since we have the time, why don't we just go get full netherite armor? And so by day 64, we was back into the nether and started mining netherite, and well, we all know how this goes right now. Day 77, and we actually gave up. We had enough netherite for one of us to get full netherite and the other one to get most netherite. I'll let you guess which person got the full netherite. Spoiler alert, it's Austin. And then once we had the netherite completed, it was day 78 where we started breeding the dogs, and we bred them and bred them and bred them and bred them and bred them, and here we are on day 90 breeding them some more. And the Ratter Pack, I call him the Ratter Pack, is almost as good as the Pack Ultimate, but I don't think you'll ever beat the Pack Ultimate. Anyway, who's ready for the final fight? Day 91, the fight was ready. They came with their horses, their netherite armor, their pigs. Wait a second. But the battle begun with the Ratter Pack, I call them the Ratter Pack, doing their damage to both the hunters and my frames. My god, why is this so bad? Chris did his best impression of Katniss Everdeen and climbed a tree, which only went so well. And once Gray showed up with his dogs, well, I don't think many people have actually done a fight like this where two people have hundreds of dogs fighting each other. It's an absolute pain in the membrane. Seriously, I wouldn't recommend it. Also, the frames don't like that one, funnily enough. The main problem being that it wasn't clear whose dog was who, so you could attack your own dogs, you could attack his dogs. We were just killing each other's dogs. These fights are brutal, especially when Marvin starts burning the dogs to death. My god. More of a mosh pit than a battle. Anyway, then Marvin pulled out the tridents. Yes, tridents plural. My man got 2 tridents, and he only got it so he could do this and escape the fighting when necessary. How stupid is that? And that's when I realized the situation at hand. Whilst I was taking on Chris and Marvin, Austin was dealing with the dogs and Gray. I definitely feel like I pulled the shortest straw in here because Gray's PvP skills compared to Chris and Marvin's is, well, I like Gray too much to insult his PvP skills. That being said, they're terrible. I'm sorry, Gray, I really do love you. I was forced to retreat down the mountain. If not, I was a dead man walking, so I had to escape as quick as possible. And whilst I was escaping, I saw Gray and Austin fight. Incredibly, Gray had no helmet anymore, which was the perfect chance to take him out. And so we did. It was now time for the 2v2 fight. And this fight went on for a long time. Arrows were shot, axes were swung, creepers were exploded, yeah. And after a little more fighting, the fights then broke into 1 versus 1 fights. Austin went to deal with Chris, whilst I went to deal with Marvin, who in my opinion is the best hunter skill-wise of the 3, but of course I'm going to take him. I'm obviously the best PvPer of the group. God, I'm so amazing. And when I said at the start of this video that this contained one of the longest fights in Minecraft Manhunt 100 Days history for myself, this was that fight. This fight went on for so long. He took out all of my dog. He made me eat gapple after gapple. He turned me into Donald Trump, creating wall after wall. He forced me to hide and retreat again and again with the armor durability running so low. And 15 minutes after I got separated from Austin, I heard the best words come out of Austin's mouth. I just killed Chris. And after giving him my rewards, Austin showed up and now it was down to a 2 versus 1 fight. Austin and Haven versus Marvin, and he still managed to drag this out. He broke my shield. This was a full durability shield. He broke my shield. How? When? Why? But after all the time in the world, a grand total of a 27-minute fight from when me and Austin split up, went 2 versus 2 versus Chris and Marvin, we finally was able to take Marvin down on day 93. And that ends the longest fight in the 100 days Minecraft Manhunt history. We pulled it off. Don't ask me how, but we did it. And on 93, we spoke to the hunters, and the hunters said, lads, put our hands up, we can't beat you. There's no point in giving the iron armor or whatever, we concede victory. And so I turned to Austin and I said, Austin, you know what we should do on these final couple of days? And so we killed the Ender Dragon. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.